Okay, so let's hear. What's the only major movie getting released this weekend? Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Um, no, let's just talk about Yugioh. Okay, so in this week's episode, it was pretty much fairly straightforward. It was just part 2 of the duel between Reiji and Yuya, and I gotta say, this might be one of my favorite duels ever. It's so fucked up. Namely from just the way it begins, the highlight of the episode was just Reiji flat out admitting through narration that he knows realistically Yuzu is safe with the single guy. Okay, he technically doesn't. Yuzu could still be in danger, but most likely she's safe for now. But she's gonna exploit the fuck out of this to manipulate Yuya. And it's such a great idea, and it's so risky because you are gonna turn a lot of people off from this character. People aren't used to characters who are this anti-hero based. And it's ballsy, and I love it just so much. On top of that, seeing the continuation of Reiji just toy with this kid, addressing, well, why don't you care about anyone else who's been absorbed by cards? Using the cards against him, that final turn was ingenious. I'm not sure if that technically works because you're resetting cards or whatever, but it was just so amazing to watch. I love seeing the Rebellion Dragon. I love the score in this episode. I love we start with that amazing Darkness score and that weird score that a lady was singing. Usually that annoys me. Like, have you ever seen in movies, like, it was in District 9, Avatar, that singer just goes, ayaba, ayaya, kind of like that African music. I'm glad this wasn't that. It was much more subtle, much more toned down. I was afraid it was going to go down that route, but it didn't, and it really fit the emotion of the scene. Not to mention, I love the score Pendulum of the Soul from the first OST, so I liked seeing that get played in its entirety for, I think, the first time ever. Not to mention that, it is just really great to see everyone's reactions to everything as all this just sinks in. Not to mention, you see Yuya just trying to overcome, and Reiji's just against it at every spot, figuring out how to manipulate this child to get what he wants. It doesn't necessarily, like I've said before, it doesn't matter that Reiji is ultimately trying to do the right thing, that stop his father. And this is probably the best way to do it. It's about the fact that he is doing it in a way that is technically evil, but it's a necessary evil, and I'm glad the show doesn't shy away from that. It is what it is. Here's what it is, and here is this amazing, balls-out, awesome duel, coupled with perfect emotion, perfect use of score, just amazing turns. And honestly, I can't wait for next week, because now Yuya's got to say about Yuzu missing. I loved his outburst at the end, like just how down he feels and how relatable they're treating it. You really do feel for this guy now, and I really do want to see what happens to him next. Again, I do still care more about Reiji and Yuzu than him, but it is just so great to watch play out on screen, and I can't wait to see how everything has to be explained with missing Yuzu next episode, as well as what's going on with the mother, as I think we might get more of a clue as to what Yuya is next episode. But what did you think? In the comment section below, give me your thought on this episode, your favorite play of this duel, because it was so amazing. And as always, click to like and click to subscribe, because hopefully a better movie's coming out next week.